right, so let's get rolling. So straight out the gate, first thing we're gonna do, go ahead, dice up those onions. 2 large onions for this recipe. Funny enough, I just bought this onion from the store. I cut inside and I see a little brown speck, but we'll go ahead and remove that and keep it going. And I literally just got back from the grocery store right now. But all that little center that's don't look too hot, we're gonna just remove that and keep it going. I hope you guys not throwing away onions if you find something like that inside. Don't never do that. Just cut around it. Get you a nice sharp knife and just cut around that and keep it going. I'll keep a little bowl right here for the trash as well. Britain, what's going on? How y'all doing? Some of y'all I ain't seen in forever. Some of you all are new here. If you're new, definitely welcome. And if you returning and you know you've been rocking with me already, what's up? Welcome back. Onions definitely are good and strong too. So that means this is gonna make for a really, really delicious lasagna soup. I tried to get the onions already cut, but because there's so many people in the grocery store right now doing Thanksgiving shopping, I couldn't get the onions already cut because I didn't want to have to come home and cut any onions. I wanted to just kind of get to work, but it is what it is. We're gonna make it happen regardless. We tighten up this apron a little bit more before I get going. And of course, if you guys got any questions, you know, let me know. Darlene, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Rude ASS OB, appreciate you. Thank you. Go ahead and share this. Go ahead and like it. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping. But it's gonna be a good one. And we're gonna make it, it's gonna move kind of fast, all right? I have to forewarn you all pretty early. I will be calling out the measurements. I did write down the measurements. I got my iPad up here as well, so you guys can get the measurements right off the rip without having to wait for me to post the video. So I took the time to do all that ahead of time for you all. And yeah, Glittering, appreciate that. So yeah, if you got any questions, go ahead, lay it on me, and let's get to work. Let's work. Let me know whatever questions you all have. Boy, these onions ain't playing. They good and strong. So I like to start out by dicing my onion. Of course, I got one eye closed. Now I got both eyes closed, but this onion is like super strong. It's fresh. I just got it at the grocery store. And my pot on the back, I have a 5-gallon pot behind me right here on the stove. Lynette, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. So that's on the back behind me. Because I'm doing 5 pounds, I just grabbed my largest pot that I have. Because I got 5 pounds of ground beef. I'm doing 80-20 on the beef. So I figured let me just go ahead and start it off that way. I mean, no matter what I do, all the years I have cooked in the kitchen, when I tell you I have never gotten used to onions. Onions to this day still burn my eyes. I've tried everything from goggles, putting the water on next to the counter, you name it, I have tried it. None of that stuff worked for me. It makes my eyes run, like, you know, I get teary-eyed. It bothers my sinuses because I deal with allergies. It's always the same old, same old. So, you see me wiping my face, don't mind me, it'll pass once the onions go. But yeah, I've tried everything you could think of. Harpo, thank you so much for that. Wet paper towel by corner cutting boards. Nah, I've done all of that. None of that stuff worked. I don't think there's not one thing I have not tried. So it's just kind of one of those things where you just get used to it and you just like, hey, whatever. It don't even matter. So that's one large onion right there. We go ahead and cut the next onion and get that started. Let's move these bowls out the way. Stacy, what you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much. What about goggles? Stacy, I've done the goggles too. I started to put them on. The goggles work temporarily, and about a good 2-3 minutes in, that's when my eyes start burning. So it's like a delayed reaction, but it's like way more intense. So that's why I stopped doing the goggles. It's all good though. I mean, I don't cut onions forever when I cook, so I don't even worry about it anymore. I just kind of like thug it out, do what I got to do, and keep it pushing. Belinda, thank you so much for that. Stacy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And also check out my gumbo collard green video. That's my viral gumbo collard green video. That video in total between TikTok, Instagram, it did over 4 million. On YouTube, it's still trending right now. That video is garnishing mega views right now. It just really ran up on YouTube. All the people finally just figured out the full video is on YouTube. So now they're watching my gumbo collard green video. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. You'll see all the comments, you'll see all the testimonies of people who have made it. And from what they're saying, they said it's the best recipe they tried when it comes to the gumbo collard greens. I'm just going off of the comments. I'm not going off of what I'm saying. Set them. Okay, what you said? What are you cooking, by the way? I'm making lasagna soup. Okay, so we got a lot of new people in here. Do me a favor. Somebody go ahead and drop that in the chat for me. What we making? We making lasagna soup. And I got 5 pounds of 80-20 ground beef. I got my diced tomatoes over here. I got some celery over here, which we need to give it a quick wash before we cut it. And that's pretty much it. And then we got the garlic, which I'll just use my garlic press and do it quick. Yeah, I love lasagna soup, really good. I got my diced tomatoes in the can right here on the side. I'm not gonna pull them out because I don't want to get bothered by TikTok, because being that it's in the can, they'll bother you as if you're trying to sell a product, so I leave it alone. Yama, thank you so much, appreciate that. So we got the, what's his name, the celery right here. Let me just go ahead and wash it really quick. And how much on the celery? Celery, gonna do a 1.5 cup. I'm gonna just go ahead and pull this whole thing apart, because after I get what I need, I'm not gonna use it anymore. So I'm gonna just toss the rest away, which I think I might wind up doing just about the whole thing. So yeah, let me get us a nice little wash really quick before I pull it to the cutting board. On the menu, lasagna soup. Appreciate that, Virgo goddess. Thank you. I make delicious collard greens. Where you from? I'm from Miami, Florida. Born and raised, county of Dade County, to be exact. So down here, you know, we get down with the get down when it comes to the collard greens and the soul food down here. We make it do what it do. That's what we do here. So, but if you check out my gumbo collard green recipe, you're definitely gonna be in for a treat for that one. Just look at all the testimonies on there. You'll see the people who's cooked it and what they've been saying about it. I don't like to sit up here and try to pump myself up. I say, hey, just go off the comments and you'll see what time it is, what it's about. So yeah. I'm in South Carolina. Ooh, how the weather is in Carolina right now. Kakalaki. Stacy, thank you for sharing the live. Dolores, me too. Miami 305. I know that's right. Appreciate the gift too. Ellen, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Crazy part is though about being here in Miami, South Florida. It's no seasons here. For my people who live here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like summer year round. And even when the seasons change, like when we get a little cold weather, it don't last long. You'll get up in the morning on a good cold day. If we have a good cold day, which don't come every year, every so many years it come, you get up, it's like 40 something degrees, right? About 11, 12 o'clock, 85 degrees. Weather be tripping here. All the time. Yeah, South Kakalaki. Chicago. Ooh, boy, y'all got that cold weather. Y'all got that hawk. Chicago. Chi City. Chi-Town. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get these a quick little chop. I left my cutting board wet. I'm just trying to get through this real quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, on these little things. I'm sure everyone at some point has chopped celery in their lifetime. So I just like to start mine this way. By doing a quick chop this way. And just keep it pushing. Tony, championship. Thank you so much, Dolores. Thank you. Getting the bathing suit right. You're going to need a bathing suit here year round, boy. I ain't going to hold you. Now, what we do get a lot of is rain. Like this year, this down here, it was a really, really active rainy season. So the summertime, it rained a lot this year. We haven't had a rainy season like this in a while. I mean, it rained a lot. It felt like it rained just about every day down here. Really, really active rainy season. All right, my pot is ready. We'll put a little water to cool it off for a second. Pot is nice and hot. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and get that ground beef in there. Let me move the camera over so you guys can see, because I want you to see all of the process and everything that I'm doing. And you all should be able to see in the pot. Pot is wet. Let's get that ground beef in there. I'm using 80-20, so this is gonna have a good amount of fat. I just came from the meat store, grocery store, picking up all of everything that you see I'm using. So let's get all that fresh ground beef in there. And I caught this beef on a buy one, get one, which is even better. So it was on a nice sale. One of the things I like to do is, I don't know the name of this tool, but I like to use this tool for the ground beef. It really, really helps. I got it out of Walmart. So it helps separate that beef for you. Get it all nice. Hold on, let me get a little bit closer so you guys can see. There we go, so I got to see right down in the pot. And let me let this up a little bit more so y'all can see down in the pot. There we go. And 1 second. And shout out to the 10 new followers that just followed me. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. All right, so this will help with the beef. Getting everything right. Get in the right position. All right. So now, not a whole lot to see here. We can let this go. We're gonna go ahead and move back to the other side. So I'm doing 1.5 cups. And it's just showing you all the exact stuff I'm giving you is the exact stuff that I'm using myself, okay? So that's 1 cup right there. And let's do 1/2 cup. This should be about 1/2 cup right here. And if it's a little over, it's fine. No more than 2 cups. So that's gonna give me, what, 1.5 cups to be exact. So I got a little extra. I got some blue cheese or some ranch somewhere. This will come in handy for that. So I'll use that for that. All right, now, lasagna soup is one of those things where you just want to get all the ingredients together. Once you got all of your ingredients together, it's pretty simple. It's plug and play, and it's just kind of like building as you go, okay? So some of the ingredients, I'm gonna show you guys on the camera really quick. I can't keep them up there long because TikTok is really funny about that, okay? So one of the things I'm doing, my broth is gonna be better than bouillon chicken. Also, I'm gonna be using some beef as well for my broth, better than bouillon beef. Then I got salt, pepper. I'm gonna be using some perfect pinch, Italian seasoning. And then I got some diced tomatoes, celery, onion. I'm using dry oregano, dry thyme, because the people in the grocery stores have obliterated all of the fresh herbs, all of the fresh everything. I couldn't even get my hands on basil tonight. It was that crazy. And then of course I got some fresh garlic as well. And then I got my cheese in the refrigerator. I got Parmesan, I got mozzarella, some Romano and provolone as well. And it's a nice mixed blend cheese. Also, I got ricotta cheese in there as well. So we doing it real nice. So as far as with the meat, we're just gonna let it cook. And then we're gonna drain it. Because I'm doing 80-20, the beef has to be drained. Because as you know, 80-20 is really, really greasy, really, really oily, okay? So in the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and chop some garlic. We'll go ahead and press the garlic out and get that out the way. And the ground beef, I'm doing 80-20. That means when I say 80-20, that's the ratio. So you got 80% meat or 80% beef and 20% fat, okay? So it has a good amount of fat. That's also really good for making burgers as well. So we're gonna go ahead and press some garlic out. And I'm gonna do about 10 to 12 garlic cloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna do 15, I'm not even gonna lie. 11, 12, I'm getting the largest ones. 13, 14, 15. Let's get these small ones out of there. Get the large ones. And like I said, I'm just counting everything out, measuring everything in front of you guys so you can see everything that I'm doing. So you'll know. When you make this, you can do it confidently knowing, okay, you got it. So now, the garlic press, really simple. Get yourself a little bowl. You're just gonna go ahead and press them out. Now, once that ground beef is ready, then we can go ahead and move to the stove, and pretty much everything else that we're gonna do is gonna be at the stove. Like I said, this is gonna be a quick one. We're not taking a whole lot of time. Oh, and I did not show you all this. These are the noodles that we're using, okay? That's your lasagna noodles. And go ahead and press that garlic out fresh. Lots of flavor. It smells amazing already. Haven't even cooked it yet. It smells amazing. And I'm gonna be honest with you all too. Save yourself on dishes. Use those paper plates. Use them. Katrina, thank you so much for the follow. Brownie, thank you for the follow. Lady T, thank you for the follow. And if I miss you, thank you so much for the follow, guys. Now, like I was saying, use those paper plates. Use that stuff. Don't be using all of those dishes. Right now, the only thing I've used is a cutting board, a knife, and a measuring cup. This measuring cup I didn't even use. That sound is so satisfying. Thank you. So now, see that? Let's get all that off of there. And that's amazing. Right there, pop. There you go. That's your garlic press. That's your fresh garlic, which this can stand a little bit more garlic. So I'm not gonna get rid of the garlic press. If anything, I'll reattach this and hang it nearby. And if I wanna add a little bit extra, I will. But this can probably stand a little bit more garlic. I know I love garlic, but I like stuff to be balanced as far as flavors. So I hear the beef back there cooking away. And you know what I did not do? I got Italian sausage and I did not take it out. 1 second, guys. And it's okay to do this kind of stuff. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's perfectly fine to go ahead, put your sausage in the microwave, thaw it out real quick. Don't fight with it, thaw it out. Put it on defrost, let it do its thing. I like this angle right here because you all can see without the phone getting all foggy. So I actually like this angle right here for you all. So we got a lot of the fat rendering out of this. The beef is done. So in the meanwhile, now we can go ahead and strain this off. See all that fat? You don't want all that. So we're gonna strain that. We're not eating all that, no way. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second, let me get this strainer so I can strain the beef. 1 second. We're gonna do it right over here by the stove so you guys can see all the action. There go our plate. All right, here go our strainer. And let's go ahead and get that on there and strain all this fat off of this. Here we go, guys. Let me back the camera up so you all can see what I'm doing. All right, and of course, you know, we got those trolls. They trying to come in here and troll, but they gonna get blocked. All right, here we go, guys. Let me put this on the stove so you all can see the process. Let's back the camera up. One of the easiest ways I find of straining things is just put it on the stove, put your strainer up right next to it, and do your thing. All right, let me come around this way. I actually do, but this was a last moment going live. So my mods were not able to do it today. But I definitely have mods that help out with the page. But if anything, don't worry, I don't mind blocking them. They get, what, 30 seconds of fame and that's it. And then they done. That's good right there. You just want to get the bulk of it out. I did get a little spill, but it wasn't much. Let me show you the spill. Just that right there. Little paper towel, take care of that. That's not a bad spill. I say that was pretty good. Let me lift this up, let you see. And there's the fat right there. Yeah. Oh, y'all didn't notice the bowl under there. Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that, nah. That would have been crazy. Imagine me doing that with no bowl on there. All right. Back into the pot. Let's check on the Italian sausage and see where they at. Because I don't want to cook the life out of the beef. So I'm going to set the beef to the side just for a second. Let's check on the Italian sausage and see how we doing. And actually, Italian sausage coming along really well. Shoot, they halfway thawed out. That's amazing. All right, let's put that back on and let it go. Hold on. Defrost. Shoot, Italian sausage almost thawed out. That's amazing. I'm making lasagna soup for anybody that's just hopping on. Thank you so much, Art Jumo. I might be saying it wrong. Gmo. Chef Shelly, thank you. Or Shell. Sheena, thank you. New here, that's what's up. Appreciate you. Come on in. I just had a little hiccup. I was making lasagna soup and I never took out the Italian sausage. I'm like, how I'm making Italian sausage and lasagna, and I don't have no Italian sausage in there. But it's almost ready. As long as I can get through the skin, we'll be good. So I tell you what, I'm gonna turn the pot off temporarily. We're gonna pull the bowl out because it's actually soft enough for me to do what I need to do. So let me throw on some gloves. And then we'll go ahead and work on the Italian sausage right now in real time. And I like to do this stuff in real time for you guys. When stuff like this going on, we don't make excuses, we get it done. All right, let me put the camera right here where you guys can see me. Hold on. All right, make sure you all can see me. All right, we're gonna work on the Italian sausage right now in real time. Now let's pull it out the microwave. Now let's get us a quick stir so it don't stick on the bottom. Because we need that Italian sausage, we need that flavor. Make sure you guys can see me. Yeah, y'all can see me. Yeah, as long as it's just enough that I can remove the skin, that's all we really need. Just remove that skin, and then we good to go. Because we don't want the skin anyway. And the sausage will cook while it's in there. So yeah, that's actually perfect. And that was quick. Just a quick little defrost, and then we rock and roll. Remove the skin, like you see me doing. You can break it up if you want to, or just put it in there, it don't matter, because I'm gonna crush it up regardless. With that tool that I showed you all with earlier, that I was doing the ground beef with, I'm gonna use that same tool. So yeah. Being familiar with your kitchen, knowing your kitchen, when you get in situations like this, it'll really help you. Let me turn around. So when I turn around, I'm reading your comments because I got you all mirrored on my TV. Brock, what's good, bro? So don't mind me when you all see me turn around. That's just me checking the comments out. All right. So yeah, sausage working. And it's gonna be nice and chunky, as you can see. A lot of meat in this lasagna soup. I want to get like a little crust on the sausage, but not necessarily crust, but like brown it a little bit. So that's why I'm making sure I get it in there early enough that I can brown it some and not have like the sausage, you know, without any color on it. So that's the purpose of me doing this part. So once I get all my sausage in there, then I'm gonna go ahead and put the fire back on. Now, you notice you don't have enough fat in here. You take some of that fat from the beef and just pour a little bit in there. So don't discard it yet, because you might need to add some of that fat in there. Just a pinch, not a lot. I would say maybe like a tablespoon or two, and you should be good. Because this Italian sausage that I'm using right here, it actually doesn't have a lot of fat in it, so it doesn't render a lot of fat. Even though it's a pork Italian sausage, it doesn't render a lot of fat, which is really good. All right, this is the last one right here. So that was quick. See that? Quick little thaw out. We got them all in there. And we ready to go. Let's get these gloves off. We didn't dirty up a whole bunch of dishes so far. Now, let's get that little tool out that I was using earlier. So we're gonna need that. And now we can turn the fire back on. And I would just say for right now, I'm gonna get about 2 tablespoons of that fat, just so we can make sure the bottom doesn't burn. And then we can go ahead and get started. What kind of sausage? Mild? Yeah, that's mild Italian sausage. All right, let's bring this back over here so you guys can see. And notice, I'm not skimping. I'm showing you all of my process, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's what cooking is about. I want to show you guys all the good, all the bad, all the ugly, everything. Jessica, thank you for the follow. All right, so I just turned the fire back up. So just give it a second. It'll get back nice and hot in a moment. And this little tool that I told you guys about comes in handy, especially when you got to deal with stuff like sausage or any type of meat that you want to like kind of grind it up a little bit or chop it up. Comes in handy. And being that it's slightly frozen, this really comes in handy. But it's still slightly frozen. Now, once we get past this part, you're literally about 80% done. Just to let you guys know that, okay? Once you get past this point. Wanda, you're welcome. Hi, Hopi. Thank you for the follow. Just So, thank you for the follow. Russell, thank you for the follow. Bone, thank you for the follow. Ellen, oh, you said you love yours too? Mama, thank you for the follow. Brenda, thank you for the follow. Sandy, thank you for the follow. Thank you, guys. And while you all are here, as a matter of fact, let me drop it in the comments because I know some of you all going to want to know. What are we making? Let me put it in the comments. I want to know. What are we making? Let me put it in the comments. So we're doing lasagna soup. It's going to let me pin that comment for only 1 minute, which it sucks. I don't know why they don't let you pin your comments permanently, or at least until, you know, you move them throughout the stream. So get that Italian sausage in there. Get it all broke down. Getting a little oil off of my hand. Get that sausage broke down. Chop it up, break it down. Now, I wouldn't stress too much of trying to break this down and get it all the size of the burger, meaning the hamburger. I would say maybe 20% more chopped up than what it is. And then after that, you're good to go. You can go ahead and start getting your onions in and building out everything else. So to be honest with you, I'm gonna go ahead and get my onions in right now. And because I'm doing such a large amount, there's levels to this and how you handle this situation. Okay, so one, you could take all of the meat out, or you can leave it in there and just like separate it. So let me show you all how to do it. Being that you're doing lasagna, you want to keep it nice and light. So this is gonna need some more oil. So I'm gonna get my onions and my celery in there, but I'm gonna keep them on one side. But this is a 5-gallon pot, so this will handle it. So even though it's a lot, let me show you how the smart way to do this and make your life easy. Because I'm doing such a high volume of food at one time. Grab some more of that fat. Put it back in there. And this is just to ensure you're going to cook down your onions and your celery, okay? And it's okay. Go ahead, mix it in with the beef. Remember, you can always strain it again. Not strain it, but skim it later. Because whatever you put in is whatever you got to take out at the same time. So when you put the fat in there, you still got to take it out later. So let it cook. Let it do its thing. And you're gonna cook these until they're opaque, meaning you got the rawness off of it, okay? It smells so good in here right now. The garlic is one of the last things we're gonna do because garlic cooks so quick, we don't have to add the garlic right now. So let that work. And I'm gonna let that sit just for a moment. So I'm not trying to get color on the vegetables, I'm just trying to get them opaque. So in the meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead, put the lid on, and let that roll for right now. No need to mess with that right now. Let me check your comments. I made it and added other ingredients, and it was awesome. I wanted some homemade macaroni today, but okay, let me turn this around so I can read y'all comments while y'all can see my face at the same time. Flip camera, here we go. There we go. All right, let me read y'all comments. Just trying to keep up. All right, give me 1 second. Let me just read the comments, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let me see. I learned a lot of different dishes in school, but this is new to me. Oh yeah, lasagna soup is everything. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you. Pamela, thank you so much. Happy Sunday, everyone. Do you have these stops posted somewhere? Hi, Hopi. I definitely post my my lives, and for the most part, I try to post everything that I do, to be honest with you. Let me see. I wanted some homemade macaroni today, but all I had was some cheap box macaroni with powdered cheese. Ugh. Yeah, may the force be with you with that one. You'll have the steps and everything else as well. I got the recipe already wrote out. It's on my iPad sitting on the table. What is it gonna be? What a great kettle. Yeah, it's really nice. I love it. I actually found that at Marshall's, to be honest with you. Tracy Woods, thank you for sharing the live. Kimberly, thank you for sharing the live. What are we cooking today? Nia, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's been a minute since I caught you. Appreciate you for hopping in. We doing lasagna soup today. Can I break the sausage up before adding to the ground beef? 100%. Do you have these stops posted somewhere else? Yeah, I definitely got it. Lasagna soup, I'm out. No problem. You don't have to stay around if you don't like lasagna soup, Mr. Hamir. I understand. Made it before and it was delicious. Absolutely. I love it. Leroy, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, lasagna soup is everything. Chef Shell, thank you for the gift. You're very welcome. He's making lasagna soup. I'm going to make this one day next week after watch you make yours. Okay, cool. Bet. All right. I just graduated from culinary school. That's what's up. Congratulations. And welcome. I was in culinary school some years back. So I had my share, been there, done that. It was amazing. It was a great journey. I graduated from the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. Unfortunately, Art Institute is no longer around in Fort Lauderdale, but it was a great school at the time. All right, so now let's go ahead and let me show you all the food so you can see what I got going on over here. Yo. That thing smelling so good. Golly, that thing smells so good over here. All right, let me flip the camera. Let's go and zoom in. And that's what we got right there. Hopefully you all can see well enough. Went to the Art Institute of Washington. Oh yeah, I know it smells delicious. Yeah, it does. It smells incredible over here. Really, really good. So all the meat is doing its thing. I'm gonna put the lid back on it because I just want to keep the temperature up nice and high. But I'm gonna use this one more time to kind of like pounce on the rest of the meat in the pot. And then now, what we're doing is we just want to cook this basically until the vegetables are opaque, which they are like 80% opaque right now. Opaque meaning, you know, it got that nice little sheen, and it's kind of like see-through a little bit. And you know it's cooking now. That's what opaque is. So once we get to that opaque point, we're gonna go ahead and start dropping everything else in the pot that goes in the pot. So we're just about there. All right, let me stir this around. We're gonna put the lid back on one more time. for about 2-3 minutes, and then we're gonna start building our flavors. So remember, when you're cooking, it's all about building flavors, okay? Literally building flavors. Lasagna soup for anyone who wants to know. All right, so yeah, we're building our flavors, we're getting it ready. All right, let's put the lid on there for about like 2 more minutes. And then we're gonna start dropping the chicken broth. Well, next we're gonna drop the garlic in. So when I open the lid, the garlic is going in. Our garlic, as you all already know, we chopped up our garlic already. And then we got our other seasonings. We got our oregano. We got our fresh thyme. Well, it's not fresh. All of those are dry. Let me stop saying the word fresh because I'm so used to using fresh ingredients. Guys, go ahead and tap, 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 tap for me. Also, we got that pinch, perfect pinch. So go ahead, tap it up for me, guys. Chef Shell, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donuts. Thank you. All right, so now, do you guys have any questions for me right now? If you do, drop your questions down below so I can go ahead and answer them and we can get this going. Oh, also this has tomato paste in it as well. It does have tomato paste in it. And I use organic tomato paste. My favorite tomato paste. It's bomb diggity. But I got it one more time. I don't want to hold it up here too long and get in trouble from TikTok. But that's my favorite one. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get my containers together. I'm using a mason jar. So when you're making this dish, you need something to measure out the water for the, what's it called? For your broth. So I'm putting both chicken and beef broth in this, but I'm using the better than bouillon. So that's where having this jug, this mason jar, comes in handy because it's going to help me measure out how much water I need to add to this pot. Okay, so for this dish, I'm going to be adding for the broth, for the chicken broth, is going to be 8 cups, and for the beef broth is going to be 1 gallon, which is basically 16 cups. Okay, so one is going to be 1 gallon, one is going to be a half a gallon. Okay, so having a mason jar or a container to help you measure is really, really helpful, guys. Okay. So let me know if anything. Okay, Carolyn, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Yes, Cento is really good. They make some really, really excellent flavors. So, all right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and pull the lid off, and then we're going to go ahead and get our garlic in. So all of that garlic that we smashed, we're going to go ahead and get that in there, okay? Let's pull that a little bit closer so you guys can see. All right, and garlic goes in. Remember, garlic don't need that long to cook. 30 seconds to 1 minute, being that we're not sauteing it, and it's just kind of like, I guess you want to say boiling. So you can let the garlic go for about a minute or 2. It's perfectly fine. I say spread it out. So it's nice and spread it out in the pot. And that garlic is cutting through. When I tell you that garlic cutting through, the smells coming out of this kitchen is absolutely insane. So let that cut through, let it do the work, let it come to you. And then now we can go ahead and start seasoning up the pot. So now we're gonna go ahead and start adding our herbs to it. If you wanna use a measuring spoon, it's perfectly up to you. If you don't wanna use one, once again, that's perfectly up to you. I just do this with the measuring spoons just to show you guys as a guide what I'm doing, because I know I get a lot of questions about measurements. It's always a question, and I'm happy to answer those questions. But with all that being said, here's the measurements, and I'm gonna do it right in front of you all. So we're gonna do some Italian seasoning. This is perfect pinch, and we're gonna go in with 4 tablespoons of the perfect pinch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I test these recipes to make sure they're gonna be the bomb for you all. So that's how I know how much to put, because I test these. All right, that's the perfect pinch. And then now we're gonna go in with the dried oregano. And this is gonna be 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, okay? Hold on, let me open this up because all of these are new, so I have to open them up. All right, give me 1 second. And if you guys, now they have a new feature where you could DM me. So if you want to DM me, you have further questions, you don't want to mention them on the live, you can always shoot me a DM and I can follow up on your question as well. Also, if you're looking for a great gumbo collard green video, check out my viral gumbo collard green video. That one hit over 4 million. So, you know, check that out. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, let me know as well. All right, 2 tablespoons dried oregano. Let's pull this out. 1. 2. All right, basil, I could not find. I do put basil in here, but I could not find any basil for nothing. So I'm gonna just add some dry thyme to this because I couldn't get my hands on none of that stuff. All that stuff was sold out. Which was surprising that the basil was sold out. I couldn't get dry nor fresh. Because basil is not like a Thanksgiving item. But they had none in stock. So I was just like, hey, it is what it is. So I'm gonna add just a little thyme. I normally don't add thyme to this, so I'll just add about a 1/3 of a tablespoon of dry oregano. Dry thyme. And then now, let's go ahead and get our tomatoes in. Missy, what's up, what's up? So we doing 2 cans of 28-ounce tomatoes. Let's get that in right now. And then go back, chat, and make sure you rinse these with a little water and get all of the remaining tomato out of there. Because see, when you put some water in there and rinse it, you got all that remainder left in it. So make sure you get all that out of there. Missy, thank you, thank you. I got some lasagna soup going on over here, Missy. Too bad you ain't nowhere nearby. You know I'll slide you a bowl. A nice big bowl with some homemade garlic bread. Yeesh. That'd be crazy. Appreciate the donuts, Missy. All right, now we can go ahead and stir. Got our tomatoes in there. And if you got fresh tomatoes and you want to do fresh tomatoes, that's fine too. Feel free to do the fresh tomatoes. That's perfectly fine. All right, now, this is what we're looking like right now. And we haven't added our broth or none of those other things. We haven't added tomato paste or nothing. So this is what we're looking like right here. That look incredible. Look at that. This is going to be so good. When I tell you it's going to be so good, it's going to be so good. Lasagna soup is so ridiculous. No, I haven't added a tomato paste yet. Katrina, what's up? What's up? What state are you located in? I'm in Florida. All right, now, next we're gonna go ahead and start adding our water. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the first gallon, which is gonna be 16 cups. I'm using a 1-quart glass. This is a mason jar. It's a 4-quart mason jar. So I'm gonna start off with this, and this is what I'm gonna use to measure it. So, yep. Oh, you in Florida too? That's what's up. Awesome, awesome. All right, Georgia, you're right. That's about to be good. You already know. All right, so let me go ahead and start adding the water right now. Getting everything ready. So here go the first 4 cups. Get ready to come in. Because this is a 32-ounce jar. Measure it, get it precise, people. All right, first cup, boom. First container, that's 4 cups of water. Going in. Hold on, let me unblock your comment because some of y'all comments are getting blocked. I don't know why. The stuff I want them to block, they don't block. So that's the first one going in. All right, now here go the next one. I'm doing the first gallon. So this is a quart. And just for measurements, just so you guys know, I'm not looking at the comments right now, so bear with me a second. And if I miss your comment, I'll come back to your comment. So something to keep in mind with measurements, a quart equals 4 cups, okay? So 4 of these equals 1 gallon. So we just did a half a gallon right now, okay? Just letting you guys know. Sherelle, I got ground beef and I got Italian sausage. That's mild Italian sausage in the pot. And we making a lasagna soup. All right, so here's the next round of water. That's 3/4 of a gallon. And then we about to drop the final one in there. And then once we drop that in there, then I'm gonna add the broth to it. The flavoring that turns it into a beef broth because we're using better than bouillon. All right, here we go. That's the final one. So that's for the beef. So now, we can stop and flavor it now if we want with the better than bouillon in with that first tablespoon and get it in there. And this is for the beef broth. Then we got to go ahead and add another 8 cups, which is 2 of those containers. And then we got to add the chicken broth. But that was for the beef. And I'm just doing this as I go to get the measurements right. And when I tell you it's so incredible, oh my gosh. Am I frozen, guys? I hear you all saying I'm froze. Am I frozen? Let me know if I'm frozen so I can fix it. Because I'm on the Wi-Fi right now. Oh, I'm good. Thank you, Missy. Appreciate you. All right, so now we just keep on going and work this out. Hold on, let me go ahead and get the rest of the water. And I'm gonna add the water for the chicken now. So let me go ahead and fill it up. And then I'm gonna give you all the measurements right now for the how many spoons to put in there. Give me 1 second. All right, and go to the next round of water. And then after that, we're gonna add the lid on there, bring it up to temp a little bit, because I don't want it to fall behind on the temperature. Because we got the lid off of it. All right. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just making sure I got the right amount of water in here and not too much. All right, good. Hold on. Let me wipe this jar off so I don't wet the floor all up. All right. Final round of water going in. So remember the fact that we added back, we're gonna strain this later. All of that gotta be skimmed off, okay? So now, before we start working on adding all of the spoons to accommodate the amount of water with the broth, that whole measurement situation, let's go ahead and calculate this so we can know just how many spoons we need to add to this, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. So in case you ever get stuck, you'll know. But then again, too, we also got ChatGPT. So if you guys want to ChatGPT it, you can do that too. That's perfectly fine. I get it. Not everybody want to whip out a calculator. I totally understand. So, but according to the instructions with the manufacturer, they tell you to put 1 teaspoon per every cup, okay? So we did how many? We got 16 cups. Now I want lasagna soup. I made it 2 weeks ago and shared with my neighbors. I know that lasagna soup is fire. It's dumb fire. All right, somebody go ahead and break that down for me so I don't have to start calculating and doing all that. We got 16 teaspoons. Convert 16 teaspoons to 1 16 teaspoons to a tablespoon. And now, mind you, there are 3 teaspoons and 1 tablespoon, just so you guys know that, okay? So somebody go and convert that. 5 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon. See, boom, I knew somebody was gonna do it. Now, that's for the beef flavor. And then when it comes to the chicken flavor, it's gonna be 8 cups. So it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna just convert that and do the same thing. And then that's how you get your chicken flavor, and then you know more or less how much to add to your soup. Or rather to your, because that's what we're making lasagna soup. So now somebody go ahead and do that one for me too. Let me know what we got. Appreciate you. If not, I can always, this is what I do too. When I don't feel like tackling all that stuff, I'll go ahead and ask ChatGPT in a heartbeat. Watch, let's see. ChatGPT, I'm making lasagna soup, and the recipe that I have in front of me for the broth is 16 cups, which is 1 gallon of beef broth. I'm using Better Than Bouillon beef broth, and the manufacturer says to add 1 teaspoon to every cup. So with that being said, I'm doing 16 cups. I need you to convert that to tablespoons. So how many tablespoons will that be? Watch this. That's crazy. Love it. And whoever put it in there, they got it 100% correct. The 5 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon. Watch. Let me let it talk.
You need 16 teaspoons total, since 1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons. 16 teaspoons for 3 equals 5 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon. Final answer. Use 5 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of Better Than Bouillon. If you'd like, I can scale it for larger batches too.
Perfect. Nailed it. Now, what you want to do, and I'm going to tell you all this from experience of dealing with Better Than Bouillon, some of those flavors are saltier than others, especially the beef and the ham flavor and the vegetable. The chicken normally gets it spot on, but those other flavors, they can be kind of salty, so be careful with that. So it says 5 tablespoons. So I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna add our first 3, and then we're gonna taste it and see what we're working with. All right, that's how you avoid that. Yo, yeah, ChatGPT is legend around here, boy. I use chat all the time. I don't even call it ChatGPT, I call it chat. I use chat all the time. All right, now, so let's go ahead and let you guys see my pot. Let me step back so y'all can see me. Got my little Chef Boyardee apron on now. All right, so we got the first tablespoon in. We're going in for the second one. All right, that's the second one. Then we're gonna put the third one, and then we're gonna stop to do a little taste test, okay? Make sure your spoon is leveled off, okay? That's number 3. So now, I recommend you hold on, give it a stir, and taste. Stir it first. Make sure it's good and dissolved before you do anything. You want to make sure it's dissolved first. All right, let that work. Where did you get that apron? I got it on Amazon. I actually need to start creating my own merch, because I'm about to start designing my own aprons. So I need to start doing my own merch, so I can let that go to the channel, help the channel grow. All right, now all this little stuff I got in here, this is when I start cleaning up, because mainly everything that I use was paper, except for the few little things I had to use glass. So now, move it around, see what the flavor's working with, and then you want to stop, and then you want to taste. Thank you for the compliment, appreciate it. All right, now, we got 3 in there. You want to see what we're working with now. Let's see what the flavor profile is like. Yeah, we're not gonna need a whole lot of that, that's for sure. That stuff got some salt in it. All right, this will be the last one. Because we still gotta add the chicken now. So for right now, that's enough. Now let's go switch to the chicken. So basically you wanna just cut that recipe in half because one was 16 cups and the other one was 8 cups. So just cut it in half. So instead of the 5, it'll be 2.5. So instead of adding a half, we'll add 2 and give it a taste. See what we're working with. Now keep in mind, you got the salt from the Italian sausage as well, because this has a hefty amount of Italian sausage in there too. All right, now let's stop, stir it, and let's give it a little taste after we get it fully mixed in. And then we're gonna go ahead and start adding our tomato paste. 2 tablespoons, 0.2 teaspoons. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much for breaking that down. Deb, appreciate that. Nikki Harris, thank you so much. I am making lasagna soup. For anybody that's just joining, I'm making lasagna soup. Now, let's go ahead and look at the tomato paste, because we're gonna need tomato paste as well, okay? Tomato paste, I'm doing 6 ounces. Now, you wanna do the breakdown. So, what does the instruction say? 1 teaspoon is equal to 1 teaspoon tub paste is equal to 1 can of tomato paste. So 1 teaspoon of this is really concentrated. So 1 teaspoon of this is equal to 1 can of tomato paste. Keep that in mind. So now 6 ounces. So basically 2 cans. So 2 teaspoons basically. So I'm gonna get my teaspoon out to measure this one because I don't want to go over and then have this too thick, which I cannot find my teaspoon. I only see my half a teaspoon. So you know what? Instead of dirtying up this, I can pretty much spot measure this with my eyes. I've been doing this long enough to do a spot measure. So now, there you go. Bon appetit. Into the pot it goes. Now that's gonna help bring this together. Add a little body as far as the consistency, not body meaning flavor profile. It's gonna add some body as far as the consistency of it. And if you want yours a little bit more, I guess, thicker or more tomatoey presence, you can just add a little bit more tomato paste. That's totally up to you. All right, so we're almost there. And what's really good about this particular soup, you get all of your meat, your vegetables, and it's nice. It's like really, really nice as far as the texture of it. Very, very nice. All right, let's taste this and see what we got. And then once we get the flavor profile together with this, then we can go ahead and start adding everything else. Okay. Now, I can see more or less what we got. I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon on the chicken. And then I'm gonna add 1 more on the beef, and then we're done with the base, meaning the chicken and the beef base. Because we still gotta add noodles too, which is gonna require some salt. So now, so you all just saw how much I added, so you can get the exact taste that I'm getting. So now we're done with the better than bouillon. We'll put that in the fridge. Now we're just working to get the consistency right as far as the tomato paste. And then we'll add some salt and pepper if we have to. And then after that, we go ahead and dropping in our noodles, get our cheese in there, hit it with a little bit of ricotta. Gonna make a nice little cheese mix to go in here. Perfect. And let's go ahead and get our pepper in. Let me get my spoon for the pepper. I genuinely like to do my salt and pepper to taste. I don't want to tell you all how much salt and pepper to put. That's totally up to you. I start off with a half a teaspoon first. Put the pepper and then the salt. We need to taste it one last time before we add salt. Yes, sir. Very good. All right, there we go. No, don't worry about it, Emily. He gone. They've been lingering around my lives for the longest, and I finally caught them. So one thing I can tell y'all is this: when they come to me and they come to those trolls, man, I love them. Because guess what? They'll run out of pages long before I run out of blocks. Because I'm going to keep blocking them every time I see them. They're going to get got every single time. I wish I had my basil, but it's all right. I don't have any. It's all good. So now we got our base. I'm going to add a little bit more tomato paste. It's not as thick as I want it to be yet. So let me get the tomato paste a little bit more. It's almost there. And then I'm just letting it get hot enough that I can get it all in there. And then next we'll go to the next step, and then we just about done. Then we can start dropping our cheese, our pasta in there, and that's it. Not a whole lot to do with this. It's quick, it's easy, the cleanup is minimal, and that's what I love about it. So now, while we work on our cheese mix, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on there because I need to allow the celery to get tender, because the celery is not fully tender yet. And that also gives me a chance to straighten up as well too. Emily, I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much. Trolls are what they are. Enjoy watching you work. Child, I'm definitely going to make the lasagna soup. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't worry about those trolls. I do my thing. I never worry about them. Ever, 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 ever. I never worry about them. And then now, just give me a chance to clean up my work area real quick. Because your area gonna get a little dirty. Especially when you had a night like I had where stuff went wrong at the beginning. But I like to let you all see my process, let you all see what I'm doing, so you'll know when you go ahead and make. Let you all see my process, let you all see what I'm doing, so you'll know when you go ahead and make these. You all my exact process, the way I do things. I don't believe in one of those kitchens that, you know, don't show people how it is in real life. So yeah, got my salt, got my pepper. Do a little quick little straighten up, and then we'll go ahead and start on the next step. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me just organize the kitchen just a pinch before we go to the next thing. It don't take long because it's not a whole lot to do. It don't take long at all. And then do a little quick wipe down. So, do you guys got any questions for me right now? Where I'm back now. Yeah, hey, we had a troll on here, Missy. Troll was showing out. Emily, don't worry about that. Autocorrect is all good. No worries. Yeah, Missy, we had a troll on here. The moment you turn your head for a second, they already tried to come on here with all that woo woo woo. Don't worry about it. I took care of them. Quick, fast, in a hurry. They gone. You know how we get down. We won't even play that. We don't play that disrespect game. Trolls can go get a life. Hold on, let me take all this little stuff I had in the sink out. Because I use the sink as a trash can if needed. And then we're going to go ahead and start on the cheese mix next. So you all can see the cheese mix. That's going to go in there. And then that allows the, like I said, that allows time for the celery to get tender. And then when you come back to it, it's ready to go. Because after this, once we add the cheese mix, that's pretty much it. And we get the noodles in there, it's gonna thicken up, and then we done. And then go ahead and plate it up. This was something that I made already. So the picture that you saw when you clicked on this, the thumbnail, that was from when I actually made it. So I'm just showing you all how I do this in real life. So when I post this video, I'll post it on YouTube. I'll cut all the fluff out and just like get to the parts and just get right to it. 600 people fed, and I'm Chef Pat, man, I appreciate it, bro. 600 people? Whoa. Man, you need a page, bro. I'ma send so many people your way once you get a page. No, I didn't say bad. I would love a bottle of that soup or the soup recipe, but I can't wait. So now I understand if you can't wait, I get it. But you know, when it comes to certain things that you make, you gotta allow the process to take place. You know, everything can't be quick. So some stuff I have to allow it to cook a little bit. Because if I tell you all something wrong, y'all gonna be looking at me crazy. Then y'all ain't gonna wanna try my recipes if I tell you something wrong. But you gotta allow the celery to cook and get tender. You gotta allow it to cook. So we doing tonight, Pat, we doing some lasagna soup. And man, I appreciate you for coming on here, especially after feeding 600 people. For those of you who don't know, good buddy of mine, his name is, well, he don't have his name up here, but what's your page called again? PD something. Let me see what your page called again, Pat. PDMV Town. He's actually a master chef in real life. Real life master chef. Always showing love. We used to work together, went to culinary school together. Amazing guy. Dude can cook too. Sheila, where's your cookbook? I'm working on that right now. I promise you I am. Wilma, how you doing? Long time. Sent some hearts. Wilma, thank you so much. Cookbook, yes. Yes, I am working on a cookbook, guys. I am working on one and merch. I've been busy behind the scenes. When you all don't see me going live regularly, that's what I'm doing. But, you know, I'm a one-man band, so there's only so much I could do at one time. So I try to get as much as I can done in between. All right, let me just wipe down the stove, and then we're going to start on that cheese mix. We got to get the cheese mix done so we can go ahead and wrap this up. Because when you make lasagna soup and you have everything already prepared and ready, this should be about a 30-minute soup. Depending on how much you're making. Of course, I made a large batch. But if I didn't make a batch this big, this is like a 30-minute thing. Like if your stuff is prepped, 30 minutes at best. Like you done. It should not take you more than 30 minutes to do this. Max. With all your stuff prepped. Shelly, thank you so much. You should definitely up. Cheryl, how you doing? And you're very clean. I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, you got to be clean. I hate to see a nasty kitchen. I hate to see people just cook on top of filth. I can't stand it. Personally speaking, I can't stand it. All right, so now that bowl I'll save for later because that's the grease from the ground beef. I'll deal with it later. Doing good, long time, no see. I know, it's been a minute, Cheryl. It's really, really been a minute, but I'm so thankful. How you feeling? I know it's been a minute. We haven't had any health updates from you in a while. How you feeling? How you been? Well, we know how you been, but how you doing over there? Happy Sunday, Shirley, to you too. Hold on, let me unblock y'all comments because I don't know why TikTok be doing the most. The comments that I wanted to block, it don't block. All right, that's starting to come to a boil. So now we're gonna go ahead and start working on our cheese mixture. We can use this same bowl. It's perfectly fine. We'll use one of these spoons so we don't keep dirtying up stuff. Being that I'm doing so much, meaning the amount, I'm doing a large amount, it's just better if I have a bowl out. And I'm trying to keep all this stuff off of the camera. I did write everything down because I want to give you all specific measurements. All right. So let me see. Let me go to my measurements because I don't want to start doing stuff without my measurements on you guys. I see measurements are a big deal. I just love to cook from the heart. I don't really measure anything. Oh no, not the sinus virus. Oh no, well listen, you know what? I pray all is well. I pray you get better soon and that you have a speedy recovery. And we definitely gonna keep you in our prayers. You know on this channel, we pray too now. All right, so now let's go to this cheese mix. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So, you're gonna need, in a bowl, 4 cups of ricotta. Let's get our measuring cup. Let me wash it. You're gonna need 4 cups of ricotta. Hold on, I'm just washing this cup. Start measuring right now. Oh, and guys, if you need a really, really good collard green recipe, and I don't mean just regular collard greens. I honestly don't really even make regular collard greens anymore. I do nothing but gumbo collard greens. My gumbo collard green video is on YouTube, the full video where you can get the recipe and you can check it out there. Definitely check it out. I'm not gonna tell you how good it is and this and that. Go check the recipe out. See the testimonies from the people who have made it and what they are saying about it. It is absolutely delicious, sensational, and you're gonna love it. You are really gonna love it. Really, really, truly gonna love it. So check it out. It's on YouTube. Link is in my bio. My link tree is in my bio. Check it out there. Or you could just go to Cooking with ReyBae on YouTube. That's it. Very simple. Check it out there. All right, let's go ahead and start on this. Let me get this container off the camera because I don't want to get dinged for it. TikTok is brutal with these containers. It will shut down your whole life. I don't had that happen to me before. My whole life got shut down. Just give me a second. Let me put this cheese in off the camera. Because I ain't trying to go through that tonight. So this is 24 ounces of whole milk ricotta cheese. The recipe calls for 4 cups, okay? Just so you know that. This is 3 cups right here. I got another container right here with an extra cup in there. From when I made it last time, I didn't use it all. So, that's why I had 2 containers. So it's a total of 4 cups. Ricotta cheese. And we're doing whole milk ricotta cheese, okay? All right, here we go. There we go. The ricotta cheese. And you can literally just drop this inside your soup or whatever you want to do. Okay? And see, I got all this stuff already wrote out for you guys. I'm going to just read it just the way I got it too. Making a cheese mix, combine ricotta cheese, mozzarella, parmesan, salt, and Italian seasoning in a bowl. Pretty much. Ladle into the bowls and top the soup. So basically, once you spoon your soup, you can ladle it into each bowl and have a nice presentation, okay? Just that simple. That's the cheese mix, okay? So now, let's get that cheese in there. I love cheese. I can't get enough of it. Hold on, let me get my knife. I'm so terrible with measurements. I'm sorry, y'all. It's getting to me now. I can't keep doing all this measuring. I already did this recipe. I know it worked. I can't do it. I'm just I got an eyeball it type of person. And if it's too thick, which you want it to be thick, but if it's too thick, you could add some milk to loosen it up, or you could add some heavy cream. I got heavy cream, so I'm gonna add a little heavy cream in mine. Nia, thank you so much. The name of your cookbook should be ReyBae Original Cookbook by yours truly, ReyBae. I like that. Thank you so much. I like that name. All right, so we're gonna add a little heavy cream. Because I like the heavy cream to make it creamy. And if I don't get it to the right consistency, I can always revert back to a little milk too. That's fine. But I just wanted to loosen up just a pinch, not a lot. And the proper tool, let me grab the proper tool because I shouldn't be using that. It's actually on my shelf. Hold on one second. Because I'm not using the proper tool. This is the proper tool for what I'm doing. Yeah, I have my tool shelf. After I clean all my stuff, I put everything on my shelf. I have a shelf literally just for all my culinary tools. This is the proper tool for this job. Get your little clear spatula, and it makes it super pliable, super user-friendly, and you got more control over it than trying to use a wooden spoon. You're not gonna get nowhere with that. Okay, so that heavy cream made it nice, so you can now drop some little dollops into the soup and you're good. Amen. On that, I never use a measuring cup, just the eye. Yeah, I tried. I really tried. I just couldn't do it no longer. You know, I try to be good and do stuff and show you guys and, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I can't. Y'all saw I made a really valid effort to do all the measurements in front of you. It just wasn't it. All right, hit it with some salt. And if you want to chef bae it, you can. You feel like being chef bae, you can chef bae it too. All right, there you go. And then if you want to throw like some greenery in here, a little fresh basil, you can. I could not get my hands on any basil, so it just is what it is. And I don't have any parsley, so it just is what it is for tonight, okay? Now, let me wipe down one last time so we can go ahead and make the soup, drop the noodles in, and be done. And call it a night. All right. Now, last thing we're gonna do before we move on to our next task is taste this, okay? Make sure you got like enough. You just wanna have like the essence of the salt. You don't want it to be like seasoned, if that makes sense. You don't want it seasoned because our lasagna soup is already seasoned. So you just want it to have like that essence, okay? It's okay, use your finger. Ain't gonna hurt you. But wash your hand after that. Yeah, we definitely gonna eat some. Add a little bit more salt. That's not enough. All right, a little pepper. Good. And some fresh basil in this would have been really, really good for some color, but like I said, I don't have any. All right, done. We ready to go. Now let's go on to our mix. Now that we got our cheese done, we can put that aside. Next, let's go back to the stove and let's go ahead and drop our noodles in. Cause we on the tail end now. I don't have any parsley, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have any. The stores was like wiped out. I didn't expect to see that many people in the store, and I only went to one store. Stores was wiped out. And there was so many people coming in there while I was in there. All right, so all of our fat right here, we can strain that a little bit later. Let's turn that down some. And we're gonna go ahead and get prepared to start assembling everything. All right, so we got our base, and now let's go ahead and add our lasagna noodles. Now, very, very important. Let me get off the camera with this. All right, I'm over to the side, can't see. Now, very important with this. When you do these lasagna noodles, let me just do one so you can see. That's your piece right there. Hold on, let me get back on the camera. That's what you want. Okay? That's perfect. That right there. Try not to make your pieces too big, okay? That right there. Boom. Now let's start breaking them. Because remember, once this cook, it's gonna be those big chunks. So you wanna keep those pieces small as possible, okay? Now, if you wanna break them all together, you can. But doing them separately, one by one, it just controls the consistency. It does take a little bit longer. It's not a labor of love, I promise you. But that's what you wanna do. And I'm gonna add 2 boxes to this, okay? But you wanna keep these pieces small. Trust me, just take my word for it. Been there, done that. The last thing we're doing is adding our cream and our cheese mixture. Excuse me. The last thing we're doing is adding that cheese mixture. And notice I'm doing it one by one to just control it. Now, if you want to do more at a time, you're welcome to. But I like to do them one at a time just to control the size on them. And keep in mind, that fat, we got to take that fat out. So before we add that cheese mixture, we got to do something to remove that fat. Okay? So now I'm going to do 2 at a time. Only because I've been doing this a long time. Somebody one day, I guess if this soup gets really, really popular, they're gonna make these already cracked, or I guess in like little pieces. So you don't have to stand here and do this. Somebody's gonna do it. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Thank you all so much. Somebody said, I'm a dump and pour cook. I know that's right. Deb, listen, I feel you. I try to follow recipes and I try to be good, especially when I'm cooking for you guys. But it'd be hard for me to do that. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be so hard to do that. Because I'm so used to just doing everything by eye, just eyeballing everything and just going. Because to follow recipes, they slow me down tremendously. All right, let's give this a stir. So I don't want it to get all stuck and nasty. Two boxes. That's the first box. Now we're gonna add the next box. And if you have these already broken up, it'll save you some time. That way you could just drop them in there. I would recommend you do that. That way all your pasta cooks at the same time. But if you're quick enough to stand here and do what I'm doing, hey, go for it. But if you don't think you are, then I would say have these already broke. If you're a person that don't move too fast in the kitchen, just have everything prepared to make your life easy. Because if not, then you can potentially have your pasta overcook on you. The sweet spot, for anybody who wants to know, the sweet spot is cracking 2 noodles at a time, because you can have more control over it. Keep your thumb like that on there and then just bah, and then it cracks almost perfectly every time. So that's the sweet spot. Every now and then, you'll get it to break on you like that. Almost done. And if you see all that oil around the edges, easiest thing to do is remove that before you start adding your cheese mixture to this. That's the easiest way to handle this. Noodles are in. Let's give them a stir. Start from the bottom. You should be stirring your noodles until they get done, and it's going to begin to thicken up on you too. And this is how you want it. You want those pieces to be almost bite-sized or slightly over bite-sized. Well, that sneeze made my voice get hoarse after that. Gracious. All right, somebody asked a question. Are you cooking this for a center or something? I have an event tomorrow. It's a lunch event. All right, so that same fat that came off of the beef, we got that bowl right here. Now we're gonna take a ladle and we're gonna go ahead and skim this. Remember, before you add all that other stuff, because remember, cheese has fat, and then you're gonna add more fat on top of fat. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the fat. I wanna make sure you guys can see everything that I'm doing. So while that's boiling, go ahead, set yourself up. And let me let you all, I'm gonna zoom into the pot so you all can see. See this layer? That's fat. We gotta remove that. Best way to do it, start on the edge or around the sides and let it come to you. Don't rush, just let it come to you. See that? That's just pure fat. You want to remove all that. You don't want to eat that. I hate when I go and get food and people leave that in the food. Like you go get some oxtails or some brown stewed chicken or just some roast beef or, you know, some type of roast or braised meat, and they leave all that fat. I hate that. Take that off. Nothing but fat. Remove all that. Maj, thank you so much. Raina, how you doing? Raina, you caught me on here cooking tonight. You caught me the last 2 times, I think, playing the game on the gaming channel. Appreciate you. Raina, am I following you from my cooking channel? Let me make sure. You've been riding hard with me. I just made sure I follow you back. I think it went through. It should. Okay. You've been riding for a minute with me. I appreciate you. All right, yep, let's get the rest of this fat out. Like I said, let it come to you. If you rush, you're gonna disturb it, and then you're gonna get a lot of the broth from this in there mixed with the fat. So you wanna not disturb it, take your time. Let it come to you. You're gonna get it all. I just accepted your request. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, because you've been following me for a minute. I appreciate it. I remember when you were sick a while back. Yeah, I know I wasn't feeling well a while back. I appreciate it. Feeling much better right now. I just sneezed and now I'm hoarse. I've been good all that time until I sneeze. Yeah, it's easier to skim that fat with metal spoon. Metal spoon when the metal spoon is cold, but with this, it's fine with the plastic. As long as you have a ladle, the ladle is actually the easiest thing to skim with. Metal spoons work great, but when they're cold, because it's like a magnet. If your metal spoon ain't cold, then it's kind of like pointless almost, because it's going to give you the same effect. Michelle, I'm making lasagna soup. We're just about done. We added our noodles in. They're cooking right now. As a matter of fact, let's stir it. I gotta disturb it. I hate to disturb it, but I need to disturb it. Hold on. I need to stir the bottom. Make sure it doesn't stick on the bottom. So see how our noodles look? When you break them small, that's perfect. That looks amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, that looks good. Thank you so much, guys. All right, now let's finish skimming this and then we done. Then we can go ahead and switch to the next part. Give it 1 minute, let it boil, and let the oil reposture itself. And then we can finish taking the oil out. See that? But we got the majority of the oil out. Now let me show you all how much oil came out of this thing. It is a ridiculous amount of oil came out of here. Look at all that oil. Let me set the bowl up so you all can see this. Just oil. We definitely not eating that. is it true if you put ice on your metal spoon that it can get most of the fat out? Yes, that is true. I've never had lasagna soup before. One of my favorite foods on Instagram. One of my favorite foods is lasagna. Yeah, lasagna soup is the bomb. And Shayla, I think that's how you pronounce it, Shayla or Sheila. Yeah, metal spoon. That's one of the easiest ways to attract oil to get out of the pot is to use a metal spoon when it's cold. And you'll what's his name? It'll attract that oil like a magnet. So we let it boil and see this starting to form again around the darker areas. That's the fat. So let's go ahead and grab that out. Let it come to you. Don't rush. The problem is people are always in a rush when they cook. And if you just take just a little time, one thing I always admired about my Nana and my grandma when they cooked, they took their time. And I get it, the world was very different back then. But one of the main reasons why that food was so good because they just took their time and it wasn't in a hurry. And some of the best foods is when you just actually take your time. And yes, cooking can be a labor of love, but that don't mean you have to complicate it. Just because it can be a labor of love, don't complicate it. Just stick to the basics and you can never go wrong. So like now, we got just about all of the fat out of here. And you just made this dish so much healthier for yourself, for your family, for your friends, or whoever you're gonna serve this to. You just made this so much more healthier by taking all of that fat out, by just taking a moment and removing the fat. An extra 10 minutes and you just removed all that fat, all that impurity, all that oil. And your body gonna thank you. Your body definitely gonna thank you. Now, our soup is just about clear because we removed all of that fat, all of those impurities. It's gone. See that? By just taking a moment and getting the fat out. Cuz, what's good, baby? Put a paper towel on it. Comes right off. No, I'm not putting a paper towel in my soup. I appreciate that offer, but no thank you. You gotta remember something. The chemicals that those paper towels is made with, that stuff wasn't meant to be in your food. No thank you. I'd rather take a moment and do what I just did than I have to worry about that. I appreciate the offer, but no thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and mix. This is done. Now let's go ahead and add our cream to it. Our celery is nice and tender. Everything is nice and tender. Full of flavor. Amazing. Let's taste it one final time before we start doing our touch-ups. And we're done. Oh, that is so freaking good. Absolutely delicious. All right, let's start with the cheese. And when you do the cheese, you can cut it off now. Well, let me double check the noodles before I say cut it off, because I didn't even check the noodles. Once the noodles are done, depending on how you like them, whether you like them really soft or you like them firmer, that's totally up to you. But once they are done, you cut the fire off. This cheese part, you can do this when the fire is off. All right, let's taste one and let's see what we got. When the noodles are done, we done. 1 second, let me taste it. It's hot, super hot. Yeah, I'll make a lasagna soup, guys. All right, so it need to cook a little bit longer. The noodles are not done yet. So let's put the lid on. Give it like 3 more minutes. And then we'll be good to go. got our cheese mixture. Everything is ready. So now, in the meanwhile, we just go ahead and get set up. And this is your time if you want to. You can go ahead, clean, organize your kitchen, wash your dishes, get rid of everything, whatever's in the way, get rid of all that stuff. That's your time to do that. And this is what just came out of there. All that fat. No way are we about to eat that. No way. So we good. I think we doing amazing. We got our cheese. Everything is done. So now we can get ready to go for the plate up. I wish I had some greenery, but I don't have any. I couldn't get my hands on none today. But it is what it is. All right, so now, any little dishes, that stuff go in the sink, which you don't really have any. I mean, you all just saw the process. We got our cheese. And when we put the cheese in at the end, I'm gonna bring the pot over here. So let me get everything prepared for that. We're gonna bring the pot over here. We'll do this all right in front of the camera and make a bowl, eat, done. Done deal. We don't need no more of this. Everything is well seasoned, ready to go, and we good. The kitchen not a mess. I can't wait to eat too. I'm just trying to let the noodles just get a little bit softer because they're not soft yet. They're still like al dente. So I want to have it just a little bit more. Who that? Turner, you said, please stop with everything you're doing. No, you on the wrong channel then. No, I'm gonna clean as I go. And I recommend you do the same thing when you're cooking. Clean as you go. Don't wait to the end. No way. Don't you dare do that. Do not wait to the end to do everything. You clean as you go. Anybody else out there clean as they go? I know I do. I clean as I go. Do not wait to the end. We will not stop. Right, chat? Exactly. We clean as we go. No shade to you, but clean as you go. Do not save all that stuff for the end. That way when you're done, you can enjoy yourself. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I cannot cook in a messy kitchen either. I can't do it. I don't know how people do it. I can't do it. I cannot cook in a messy kitchen. So we just pretty much waiting now. That's it. I got a few dishes. I got about maybe 15 minutes worth of cleanup, if that. And that's how this dish should be. That oil, I'll put in a bag, dump it. Garbage day is tomorrow. Kitchen clean, and that's it. I'll let this sit out and cool. I'll get up at about, because it's gonna be piping hot, so I'll get up at about maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. It should be cool enough that I can put it in the fridge. And then, we'll be good to go. But I won't be able to put it in the fridge right away. It's gonna be too hot. How many people will that feed? This is gonna feed about a good 30 people. Between 30, 40 people. Depending on how much you're serving, though. It all comes down to what you're serving. To be honest with you. Because it's an event, they only gonna have about 4 ounces, just enough to wet your whistle. But if they go crazy with it, you get about 25, 30 servings, if that, about 25 servings. But if they do it the right way, which I already know they won't, they probably get about between 30 to 40 servings. If I was to serve it, I can get 50 out of that. Easy. But I won't be serving it, so. Somebody else made a comment about the ancestors. I actually want to read that one. What you said? When you're done, you're done. Our ancestors taught us well. Absolutely. Michelle, what you said? Your husband is worse. You hate it when he cooks. You have a mess to clean up the next day. Oh wow, no, that's crazy. No, you got to teach him how to go in there, cook, and not mess up the kitchen. Just because you are cooking, the kitchen shouldn't be obliterated. All right, it's ready. Definitely ready. I'm gonna actually put some more water in here too, because the noodles, they're gonna soak up a lot of the water. But I'll do it later. So we bring this over here so you guys can see. There we go. Let's see. Hold on, let me turn this around. Beautiful. There we go. Now you can see. Sorry about that, I keep bumping it. Now, that's what you want right there. So this is always my recommendation to people when they make lasagna soup. If you're not gonna serve this right away, I recommend you add a little extra water, because when you come back the next day, those noodles are gonna absorb a good amount of that water. Okay, you don't need a lot, you just need a little extra. I would say maybe about an extra cup should get it. Adjust your seasonings if you have to, but just be mindful of that. Okay, a little extra cup won't hurt, because when you come back the next day, it won't be like that. Those noodles are gonna soak up that water, and it also thickens it too, because remember, you have starch. Noodles is mainly egg and flour. Okay, so there you go right there. Yeah, mushrooms in it is really good. Now, if I was doing this for presentation purposes, then I would just do some dollops. When I say dollops, I'll show you guys what I mean. If I was doing this for presentation purposes, then I'll just do some dollops in there. Some nice chunky dollops. Do a few. And if I had some greenery, it'd be really good, but I couldn't get my hands on the greenery for nothing today. So there's no specific order you want to do this, okay? You just want to put some dollops in there. All right. I'm going to put one more. I would do a couple more. Yeah, one more in this corner. There you go, right there. Then now, because we didn't add any heat, you get you some red pepper flakes. Put them in your hand, because you don't need a lot. Red pepper flakes, there you go right there. Okay. just to give it some color. And if you had some fresh basil would be really, really what the doctor ordered for this. But I don't have any fresh basil, nor do I have any parsley. I don't have any greenery to drop in there. You don't want to do too much because you don't want it to be spicy. All right? Then, you want to come with a nice olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil, cold press. You want to just go ahead and drizzle some olive oil on that. Give it a nice little drizzle of some olive oil right across the top of them. And if you have some greenery, this will really, really come out really, really like amazing. And then here's the last step. Get you a nice piece of Parmesan cheese, like so. Get you a nice piece. I don't have any greenery at all. I wish I had some greenery, but I have zero. I have no greenery to put on here. Trust me, if I did, it would be on there. But I have none. You know what? Hold on. Let me see something. Nope. I have some oregano, fresh oregano, but it's not fresh. It's on the way out the door. When I clean out my refrigerator tonight, it's going out tonight, so I'm not gonna put that on here. Then you wanna grate some fresh Parmesan on here. All it's missing is just some greenery. Now, if you were gonna serve this like this, and it was in bowls, I would put it in bowls like this. And then you would mix the cottage cheese mix in there. And it's absolutely incredible. And then it becomes nice and creamy from the cottage cheese. And the flavor is incredible. Everything just changes. Yes, that's ricotta cheese. Anyone who wants to know, it's ricotta cheese, provolone cheese, mozzarella, all mixed together. I made a cheese mix. For anyone who wants to know. And then hit that with that fresh Parmesan right across the top. And that's how you would serve that in a bowl. Now let me grab a bowl and have a bowl so you guys can see, because I've been waiting patiently and I appreciate y'all. So let's go ahead and do this right now. Let's get a bowl of this. And it spoons out so nice. Oh, it just comes out so nice. And I like to take 2 dollops. Just like that. And then I come back and I hit it with a little bit more Parmesan. That's just my personal preference. Sorry that you guys can't see. And let's go sit down and enjoy. Come on. Y'all earned it. Hold on. Sorry about all the rumbling. I got one hand on the tripod and one hand on me. Sorry about all the jitters and rumble and movement. All right, there we go. Let me get a fork or a spoon. 1 second. I need both a fork and a spoon for this. This is really, really good. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so good. And if you want this to be thicker, you can add more tomato paste, or you can add heavy cream, or you could just add more ricotta cheese if you want this to be thicker. So it just comes down to your preference, what you like, okay? Let me make sure I can see you all's comments. Let me turn my camera around the other way so I can see y'all. There we go. All right, there we go. Hey, Menendez, how you doing? Good to see you. Long time. Yes. Mm-hmm. When you warm it up, yes, it does get all mixed together. Yes, lasagna soup. Full of flavor, nice and rich. Mm. Mm. Yeah, and this, like I said, this is so freaking good. I tell you, you can't go wrong with this. Mm. And it's a soup. That's the crazy part about it. It's everything that you would love about lasagna, but in the form of a soup. I had a recipe up. What the day is? Sunday. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I definitely won't be putting it up tonight. And I got an event tomorrow. Look for this recipe. I'll make sure you guys have this recipe Tuesday. I don't want to say what time Tuesday, but I'll make sure you guys have it Tuesday in case y'all want to do it for the holidays. I'll do it that way. I put it out between Tuesday and Wednesday. I hate to give you all deadlines and then I don't meet them because it's a busy week for me with all of the catering. And not that I'm doing actual catering, but I call it catering because it's my family and they want me to cook. So between Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll have it to you guys. It'll definitely be there by Wednesday, 100%. So look for the recipe between Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll be up on my YouTube channel. You'll find it on YouTube. You know what? No, I like to be concise. Recipe will be there Tuesday. I hate to tell you all between Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll be there Tuesday. Look on my YouTube channel. That's Cooking with ReyBae on YouTube. And I'll make sure I have it to you guys no later than 7 o'clock that day. But that evening. No later than 7 o'clock, it'll be there. Pinky promise, it'll be there. Because I have to go back and cut the video and remove all the fluff. Menendez, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that, what you just did. Thank you for the repost, guys. So yeah, this is very easy to make. Delicious, full of flavor. When I tell you you was right on time, Menendez, thank you. So yeah, Tuesday before 7 p.m. It'll be out. I'll have it up. I'll start working on it and get it out to you guys. Finlay. I hear you. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. You all know how to get in contact with me. If you got questions, follow-up questions, or anything, y'all can always shoot me a DM. I'd be happy to check in with you guys. All right, so yeah. Look on my YouTube channel. That's Cooking with ReyBae. Recipe will be there by 7 p.m. on Tuesday, okay? So check it out there. You'll find the recipe here. And good night, everyone. Let me just put it in the chat so y'all can go to it. The link is in my bio. It's my link tree. It'll take you right to my YouTube channel, Cooking with ReyBae. And that's the channel. Good night, Menendez, and thank you again. That's the channel, Cooking with ReyBae, and go and search that on YouTube, and you'll find this video. I'll release it at 7 o'clock to make it easy. 7 o'clock, this video will be available on my YouTube channel. Check it out. You'll be able to get the recipe there. Leroy, thank you so much. Lucy, good night. Everyone, good night. I appreciate you guys. Let me go ahead and clean up the kitchen so I go take a shower and lay it down, because I got to get up at 2 o'clock to put this stuff in the refrigerator because I can't leave it out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Good night, everyone. Love y'all. Peace. Check out the recipe. It'll be available Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on my YouTube channel. I'll catch y'all later. All right. Peace. Peace and hair grease.